Shalom, we give our praise and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai. Bishop Conquer Dash, step on to the positive GMS room to the faithful man that's continually doing this work. Lord willing, this is going to be a very quick video. My phone's finna die, so I'm going to make this quick. I might have a little time, you know what I mean? Who knows? Whatever. Go off the spirit. But yeah, just a quick video. I want to speak on the topic of, self-respect, respect for this truth. Because, obviously you should have respect for this truth, you know what I mean? Because you shouldn't just treat this truth like any, just any and everything. Using and abusing it, you know what I mean? No, like you gotta treat this truth with respect. You gotta treat yourself with respect. You gotta treat brothers with respect. You know what I'm saying? Especially elders. Scripture says to respect your elders and treat them as fathers. Alright? And I made mention of this in the last video. Salaki, if it's loud, I forgot to check that last video if it was loud, but the back video was broke, so you might hear some goddamn gust of wind and shit. So Salaki. But yeah, man, just self-respect, because Salaki, I'm gonna use that example again of a fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna use a couple of examples. One was fighting, you know what I'm saying? And I know, like, sometimes, like, after I train, I like to clean up, because sometimes people will clean like the mats, you know what I'm saying? You will have two people clean the mats, or if it's like pad day, then you have people, with pad day, when you hit the pads, I usually leave early unless I gotta fight. If I gotta fight, I stay all day. But if it's pad day, then I just hit the pads and I'm banging the fuck out, because I don't give a fuck about the little, because the other shit they do is like a little beginning, drill work type shit. And I could use it, but we already do drills on the other day, so I don't really care for it. So I just hit pads and bang the fuck out. So now, recently, when I hit pads, just like I stay for a little bit and clean up the pads, you know what I'm saying, that everybody use. Because everybody, when it's done, they throw pads on the ground, whatever, then they go do drills. But two people stay clean the pads. You know what I'm saying? But just doing that, man, is beautiful, because it teaches you self-respect. It teaches you respect to the gym, to yourself, to the people. Because obviously, if you don't clean, you know what I mean, obviously shit gonna stink. Diseases might, you might have what's that shit called? I don't know why I want to say smallpox. What's that shit called? Is it a wingworm? Not that. It's something. I forgot the word of it, but I think like your skin turns red, like a little dot. I want to say ringworm, or I don't know what the fuck it's called. I forgot, but a couple guys had it. Like if somebody don't, if you always training, you sweating and shit, you go home, you don't take a shower, then that shit can grow in your skin and shit. You know what I mean? So you gotta clean yourself, you gotta clean your equipment, because if you don't, then that shit gonna get sweaty, and it's gonna, eventually that shit gonna stink. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyways, just cleaning, I noticed just cleaning, the gym after we, do what we do. Yeah, I can see and I can feel it teaches me self-respect. You know what I'm saying? And respect, period. And it reminds me of the truth. Everything, like the scripture says, reminds you of the truth. Let wisdom meet you in every thought. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you can seriously use that right there as a prime example. All right, because it teaches you self-respect. Now, let me get this real quick. Matthew 22:37. It says, Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love thy neighbor, thou shalt love Yahweh thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. All right. So these are the two greatest commandments, and it says what on these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So these are the two greatest commandments, and you're supposed to love Yahweh Shemeshah with all your mind, body, and soul. And then after that, you're supposed to love your neighbor as yourself. And who's your neighbor? Your neighbor is the brothers in His truth, not your next door neighbor, not just a random ass fucking nigga in the world. All right, you understand that? But that teaches you love and respect to people, man. All right, because it said what? To love your neighbor as yourself. You know what I mean? This truth is supposed to teach you self-respect, to care for yourself. All right, because it teaches you to keep the dietary laws, so you won't be eating bullshit. You won't be eating pig and shrimp and all these different unclean animals. It teaches you to be healthy. You know what I'm saying? Scripture says, I'm gonna quote, because I'm driving, but Scripture says in Sirach that a wise man will look well to his diet. You know what I mean? Technically, you can eat some bullshit, whatever. Technically, we going off because you're not supposed to eat that shit, really, because it's just mixed shit. Because you're not really supposed to mix, seeds and everything like that. A lot of these GMOs and is mixed, and but all the food is really technically tampered and destroyed. So you're not really safe. I don't give a fuck if you're a vegan. I don't give a damn. All right. But anyways, brothers might eat some bull. I ate some bullshit. I ate some goddamn pieces just earlier. You know what I mean? The Lord ain't gonna destroy me, but it is good to try your best to eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? To do good to yourself. All right, you gotta do good to yourself, man, and you gotta be honest with yourself too. All right, if you see something where it's destroying you, you know what I mean. You might be, it might even be something lawful. It might be lawful to, like the Lord might allow you to go get, women. Obviously, you can get a woman, you can get some pussy, whatever the case is, but then again, at the same time, even though that's lawful, I mean, it's obviously like, yeah, you should get a woman rather than a man, obviously, but that can turn to your downfall too, because if you go deal with women too much, you know what I mean, or bow down to a woman, be a simp or something like that, doing something off, and that's when you're going off. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful of that too. You gotta know your boundaries. You gotta know when things are too much for you. Whether it's drinking, whether it's women, whether it's eating. You know what I'm saying? Because it's lawful to eat certain food, but you can have a gluttonous spirit on you. You know what I'm saying? It's lawful to to be interested in sports. The Lord tells you to be healthy and to be active, but then you could do that too much. You can be way too much invested in sports, and then to where you do it on the Sabbath. You know what I mean? You missing camp, or you know what I mean, all because of a sport or whatever hobby that you're doing. It may not be off, but it's off because you're doing too much. Because you got a false balance. All right. Salakia. I was about to get another scripture. So, oh yeah. Let me see how that one was worded. It might be this. It might be. Nah, that's not it. Fuck. I forgot how that's worded. It's pretty much like to try the spirit. Good for that. It's like not everything is good for yourself. Oh man, come on. I don't remember how that's worded. The one that's worded. Um, Damn, man, everybody trying to do all that. Fucking 200 times, bro. Come on. Uh, see. Let me look for a little bit, and if I can't find it, then fuck it. I'm just gonna uh do it just quote it myself. But it's a good one actually too. Sirach 14:11. My son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself, and give the Lord his due offering. So yeah, man, that's beautiful, man. That's actually beautiful because I forgot about that scripture. I wasn't even thinking about that. That's beautiful because I was saying that earlier to pretty much to have self-respect for yourself, all right? Because to do good to yourself. Sometimes it's good to, what I mean. Hey, man, get into some things, man. Sometimes you need a break, man. Sometimes you need a vent because we can't do this work 24/7. It's impossible. We in this flesh, so sometimes you need something to vent. Go out with brothers to a bar. Go out with your lady or something. Go get a massage or something. Oh, Lord willing, I'm gonna get one soon. You know what I mean? Go treat yourself every once in a while. Do good to yourself, man. Keep yourself clean. You know what I mean? Keep your house clean to the best of your ability. You know what I mean? You don't gotta be sparkling clean. I'm a man. I'm not gonna be as sparkling clean. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck about all that. But Lil Willing is good to try to keep your house clean and what I mean. Your area clean, clear. I need to clean my damn car, but the house, you know what I mean. You try to keep that clean, and because you think about it, man. You look at evil spirits; they're always around unclean things, like unclean animals, but they're also unclean, environments. You know what I mean? Like Beelzebub, I think it says Lord of the Flies. You know what I mean? You notice that like a lot of demon movies and shit like that, the demon got the woman's body decaying and shit, you know what I mean, stinking and, vomiting and, you know what I mean, and shit throw up and, blood. It's just all just filthiness, you know what I'm saying? Demons really dwell with that, like all that filthiness, man. And I was watching that anime, Mob 100, and they show you different demons and shit. And one demon in one episode, dude, he was a hoarder, but at the whole time he had a demon on him. You know what I'm saying? But when he cleaned it, they came and exorcised the demon, and then they cleaned the house. You know what I mean? The demons, they like that filthiness. The Lord, that's why they got that saying in the world, cleanliness is next to godliness. That's a true saying for real. Because the Most High wants cleanness, man. He wants you to have a clean heart and try your best to be a clean outside word too. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens when you go to war? When you shit outside, you're supposed to have a shovel. So when because and bury it, because the Lord said, "I walk among you." You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be clean. You know what I'm saying? To the best of your ability. But um, let me see. Uh, yeah, man, I can't find this one, but it pretty much said not everything is good for everybody. Type, you know what I mean? So, even though it's lawful, certain things may be lawful for you, but all right, it's some brothers may have to refrain from certain things, or at least you know you don't have to stop. You could just kind of slow down a little bit. All right, let me see. I'm gonna try this word right here, and if it's not this, then it's like hopefully I can find it later or something like that. All right, but yeah, like I said, man, be honest with yourself, man. If you going off on certain areas and you need to calm down on certain areas, or just stop, period, and do that. All right, do good to yourself, man. Don't 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 be a nigga, man. All right, and if it's destroying you yourself, and you know, interfering with you and serving the Lord, then you know maybe you should stop what you're doing. Either slow the fuck down or stop what you're doing. Period. All right. Yeah, it's looking grim. I can't find it. Yeah, man. Yeah, fuck it. I don't know. I can't remember, man. Hopefully, Lord willing, hopefully I'll find it and I'll probably just post it on the comments or something like that. But but yeah, man. It pretty much said every man. Hold on, let me try one more, cause I know it's a certain word in there. If I can just remember how it's worded, then maybe damn, man. Oh my god. Matter of fact, it's coming back to me a little bit. It's coming back to me. It's like one more thing for her. This time, if this ain't it, then fuck it. Shalaki. There you go. Finally, Sirach 37 and 27. It's pretty easy to remember. It said, "My son, prove thy soul and thy life." So yeah, like I said earlier, to be honest with yourself, you know, in other words, to prove yourself, examine yourself. You know what I mean? Some things you might have to refrain from or slow down from. You know what I mean? Shit, for me personally, I like 2 weeks ago, man, or whatever, like 2 weeks straight, bro. I was tripping, bro. You know what I'm saying? On a certain thing, I was kind of, it wasn't off, but I was kind of overdodging in it, and I just couldn't stop. Like the itching or the burning, the desire for it. I just was like gluttonous in the certain thing. I don't want to bring it out, put my business out there, but you know what I'm saying? I was like, God damn, bro. I was praying, bro. I was like, man, Lord, am I going off like tripping? Like, I ain't never been like this. Every day, type almost every fucking day I'm like this. Like, normally I'll be cool. I do what I do and then I'll be cool for a minute, then I'll wait till next week and then I'll be, but this last week, last 3 weeks, whatever, I was going in, bro. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Tripping. And I had to buy certain things. It didn't make me broke. Like I still had money. I still was cool. And like I said, it wasn't like going off or nothing, but it was like at the same time, like the scripture says, a wise man know when he slips. You know what I'm saying? I knew, even though technically I wasn't going off, but technically I was kind of doing too much. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, you gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta know when you slip, and you gotta be like, all right, look, you gotta be hard on yourself sometimes. You know what I mean? You gotta have discipline because, like the scripture says, no man. Matter of fact, I feel like it's in this scripture too. Yep. Let me read this real quick. 37 and 14. For a man's mind is sometime wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that is sit above in a high tower. So yeah, your mind, many men can tell you to do this, do that. 7 men of the Lord can tell you do this, that, and third. Number of completion. And you can get confirmation after confirmation. But you got to believe it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because If you don't truly believe in this word, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So your mind is gonna, far veil, greater than what people can tell you. Now, counsel is great and you should take counsel, but if all you're getting understanding, if you just taking counsel and you ain't listening, you just being a nigga, then what's the point? You gonna do some bullshit. But you gotta be fully persuaded in your mind. Alright? That first and foremost, this man is talking to you is a man of the Lord. So what he gonna tell you is, it's gonna be right. It says, go back down. It says, and see what is evil for it and give not that unto it. So prove your soul and see what is evil into it. You know what I mean? It may be drinking, it may be harlots, it may be just pussy, whatever. It may be just, whatever. It may be something that's not even off, but you could just be doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And if you're doing too much, don't give yourself to it. You know what I mean? You don't have to stop. If you ain't going off, you don't gotta stop completely. But it could just, you can just slow the fuck down. Or take a break. You know what I mean? Slow down for a month or two or something like that. And then get back on it. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know yourself. You gotta prove, okay, this is where my weakness is. I gotta work on that. That's what the old saying goes in the gym. If whatever you working on, whatever your weakest point is, work on it. You bad at running, well, good, run. You bad at your jabs, good, perfect. Keep jabbing. Do it even more. For what's the point? For you to get better. Don't try to avoid it. Blah, whatever. I'm not good at it, so I'm just not gonna do it. No, do it. Because you don't know when you're gonna need it. You're going to need you gonna need it. Trust and believe me, man. Soon enough. It says, for all things are not profitable unto for all men. You to have every soul have pleasure in everything. See, not all things is profitable unto you. It may be lawful, but it's not expedient. Some things you might have to leave alone, bro. Some brothers don't drink. Some brothers drink. Some brothers drink a little bit. Some brothers can drink a lot and be cool. Some brothers can't. Some brothers can drink a little bit and trip. You know what I'm saying? This ain't to nobody specifically. I'm just saying this as general. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers is able to have a girlfriend or so-called girlfriend. Some brothers ain't. Some brothers the Lord might give him a girlfriend. He might fall off the truth. Or he might be too invested into the woman. Or he might do some stupid shit, get her pregnant. You know what I mean? Just purposely, and because he got no self-control. But some brothers can handle that shit. Some brothers can handle a wife or whatever. Some brothers, because it's lawful to have multiple wives. Some brothers can probably handle one. Some brothers can probably handle 3 or 2. Not every brother can do that. Everybody's different. You know what I mean? Even if it's lawful, like I said, you got to figure out, all right, if it's hindering you from doing the truth in the work of Yahweh Shai, then just don't do it. Or just slow down. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's pretty much the point, man. Just take heed to yourself, watch yourself. But yeah, that's the point, man. You know what I mean? That's the point. Hopefully that was edifying. Give our praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Alright, Bashim Rakabradash. That honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well, and shalom to all the faithful men. The Lord knows you're doing the work of the Lord, so continue doing the work of the Lord. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.